Hey, Mrs. Gerding, it's me, your favorite student of all time, Jermaine Blackwell. And I wish I could be there with you today, but I couldn't let you retire without letting you know how important you are to me. So I thought I would send this little video to you from New York City. I don't know if you remember this, but you were my 6th grade music teacher at Irvin. And I remember that very specifically because they didn't have a classroom for you, so you would just push a little cart around from classroom to classroom and show us videos, show us musicals. And then from 7th grade to 8th grade, I had Mrs. Yvonne Walker. And then in 9th grade at Hickman, I had some other teacher that we won't even talk about. But then from my sophomore year to my senior year, I had the pleasure of having you as my choir teacher. And because of that, those were very formative years and they had a great impact on my life. And I just wanted you to know that. Not only were you an amazing choir teacher, you were the music director for the musicals and you were the director for Cougar Cabaret. Now, you convinced me to do some pretty crazy things, like put on a sparkly vest and tap dance, wear a lion's mane and roar like a lion. And one of my favorites, and one of the most random, is that you had me put on a banana costume and sing the Chiquita Banana theme song. But one of my favorite memories, and one of the most impactful memories for me, is when our choir was invited to go to New York City and perform at Carnegie Hall. That was not a cheap trip. We had to wash cars, we had to sell cookbooks, we had to wrap presents at a mall, but in the end, it was all worth it. So we chartered a bus, and all of us rode from Kansas City to New York City on a 22-hour bus ride. And while we were there, I got to see my first Broadway musical, Ragtime. By the time that trip was over, I knew without a doubt I wanted to be an actor and that I would be living in New York City. But I just wanted you to know how much all of that impacted my life, and that's why I am where I am today. So I went to college and I graduated with a musical theater degree. And a year after graduation, I moved to New York City. Whether I'm singing a song in a shower, or in an audition room, or on the stage, you were one of the people that laid that groundwork for me to be who I am today. And for that, I thank you so very much. I graduated from Hickman 15 years ago, and I just hit my 10-year anniversary mark for moving to New York City. So I haven't lived in Kansas City for quite some time. But whenever I come back to Kansas City, I try to make it a point to see you, and now you know why. You are more than just a teacher. I consider you a friend. So, here's hoping you have an amazing and relaxing retirement, which I think you're way too young to be retiring, but what do I know? And here's hoping I get a Broadway show, because once I do, I'll have a seat reserved just for you.